This is not a cigarette. That's what she said. That's what she told me. This is not a cigarette. We've been having tea at a cafe, and although it could have only been minutes, it felt like she'd been staring at me for hours. She kept on like that, always on the edge of saying something important, no doubt. I didn't know what to say. I thought perhaps I'd missed something. I must have missed something. We'd only known each other 2 weeks, but it could have been forever. First time we met was at a party, at a friend of hers. She was gorgeous, captivating. She lit up the room, as they say. I approached her and saw her eyes, deep emerald, like a goddess. I thought perhaps one day I'll get lost in them. Time seemed to slow down. I went off to find a drink. She'd never been the most normal of girls. She was an artist. She'd ring me up and ask me to meet her, always after dark, like something from the Twilight Zone. She'd say, that or another location, equally obscure. She'd say. And then we'd walk through town, losing ourselves amongst the silence, the adverts, and the vacant shop windows. She'd turn to me and her eyes would be burning. They'd say, on a gentle evening stroll, quiet and unsuspect. Don't you ever get it where everything outside is just too much colour and vibrance and light?
It's just too much excitement. And close your eyes just to stop the ball from coming in. Behind your eyes is a fireworks light, all colours exploding. And luminescence spinning. As tight as you can, as long as you can. You open your eyes just in time for the and after all that, the excitement's still there, but you run out loud, bright, and somehow it's just more magic.
I'd smile at her and nod in comprehension. And other times I would just say, no. In another cafe shortly after we met, about a week ago, that is, she drew me a portrait. She smiled as she drew. I couldn't help but smile back. You're the perfect model, she said. I've never had anyone sit so quiet. Times like this are how I remember us. She signed it afterwards with all my love. It was incredible. It was just like real life, like looking in a mirror. She often liked to visit the station. She liked to watch its effect on people. Tunnel vision, she joked, but it was true. It sometimes seemed like the only person who was immune to it was her. You like flowers? I asked her once. Yeah, sometimes, she said. Sometimes, I said. Which times? When they're alive, she said, before they're picked. What? I said. Not after. Nah, they're not the same, she said. What? They're no longer flowers?
No, maybe not.
They look the same.
Yes.
What? That makes a difference.
Of course.
How?
Well, they make a sense though.
What? And that's like all part of being a flower?
You wouldn't say so?
Well,
I think it is.
I sold my last weighing scales. These flailing arms were held in high regard. I broke
so anyway, wouldn't they just be like a lesser type of flower, you know, just like once they're dead?
Well, that's the time, not flower. It's just the same, isn't it?
I was
The only difference is the wording. The point is, they're not the same as they were or as they used to be, so why call them the same?
There was a small lull in the conversation. So, what are your favourites? I said.
Tulips.
She said. I smiled back in what I imagined would look like understanding.